Good morning, boys and girls. This is Papa Jack back at the Clayton Center for Active Aging this morning. You got a couple of things to talk about. I told you we were going to be painting with aluminum foil and a comb and a shish kebab skewer. Please don't ask me to say that again. I forget it every time. But don't you see my new shirt my daughter made me? Can you see it good? And then I painted me a new mask. So I've been busy this week. I hope you have too. This is our subject for this morning. And it's nothing in the world but a man walking his dog through the park. And there's one tree there, and he liked that tree, so he stopped by the tree, let the dog do his thing. And so we're going to paint that. So I've already painted one, but like I say, I always do something a little different. This is the original. And this is what I decided I wanted on it. So you can see it's the same, but it's not. And guess what? Today's gonna be the same, but it's not. We're gonna paint this, but I'm gonna swap the colors around and do some other little odd and end things just to make it be different. We are gonna be painting. That's painted on wood, and this is wood. So we're going to be painting on wood today, and it's one of my favorite things to paint on. You can buy these at Michael's. They're a little pricey at Michael's, but you can order them off Amazon, and they're reasonable. But what you really want to do when you're working with wood, you want to make sure that your surface is wet, because we're going to be blending big time, with some lots of paint in one places. So we're going to get this good and wet. And it just helps it to move the paint around on the board, and it also lets it absorb it so that it stays in place once you get it there. So I'm done with that brush. And guess what? I'm done with the water, is what I'm trying to say. And guess what? So now we're going to use the same brush, and we're going to paint our sky. And here's what we're going to do with the sky. We're going to get a lot of paint. We're going to come right here. I love my Lazy Susan. You know, it's always darker at the corners when you got a sky. It's always darker a little ways down. And then it gets progressively lighter. So I'm going to wipe the paint off of that brush. And I got a plane here called Blue Bonnet, and that color is got just a little bit of purple in it. So I'm going to do it down below the dark. I'm getting plenty on here. I want to have plenty of paint on it. And then we're going to do Cloudless, which is a lighter color. I'm going to go down to the bottom, but the bottom I'm not worried about right yet. But what I want to do is get all the way to the bottom and then work my way up. And once I get to the top, then I'm going to work my way just a part way back down. And if you notice what's happened, it's gone from dark to light, dark to light, and dark to light. And now, I got that. Now that we've got that, we're going to paint our sky. We're going to paint our sky with aluminum foil. And all I'm doing, I'm going to get that off of the last season. I don't need that anymore. Now, I don't mean to be so clumsy this morning, but you got an old man you're dealing with here. That's what I'm going to do now. And I'm going to go back here and get me a little bit of, don't need a lot, get me a little bit of paint on my tin foil. And turn back. Then I'm going to get me some of my Blue Bonnet. I like that name. Then I get me some of this sky, this lighter, Cloudless. Put it in there. And you think, well, it don't look like much to start with, and it doesn't. But what I'm doing now is by slapping this down, is I'm blending. And I'm going to carry it all the way down to where I'm going to bring up the ground. You want to make sure that your colors are blended. And I don't know if you can actually tell the difference now than what it was a while ago, but there's your sky. It doesn't look like much yet, but just wait. We're going to have, let me get rid of this. We're going to have, the tree is going to fill in the gap, and that's going to make a major difference. You just wait and you see. All right, now, we need to come in here like this. I'm a little bit lighter at the top. I got this happen to have another brush over here. I'm going to paint this across here and get it good, and get it really good across there. Get it down a little bit. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go get me some dark brown for that very bottom. I'm reluctant to do a whole lot of picking it up, but I want you to be able to see. That's all we've got, the cotton picking mess right now. But now we're going to take another piece of tin foil. Now I've already crumbled this down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just like this. And you think, my Lord, he's making an awful mess over there you've ever seen, but we're not done yet, so you're going to see. You're going to see that it does work. And it works actually better than I thought it ever would. Give me a little more of this brown up here and get it back up into here some. It's hard to talk and think at the same time. Especially with this old man's voice of mine. I've got asthma and it is driving me crazy the last few days with all this pollen. And so my voice is even more gravelly than it normally is. I hope you'll bear with me. Don't fire me. Not yet. All right. Now, I think I'm ready for this. If I can figure out how to get it on there. Now I need to get it so I can do something so that you can see it. I know it's hard for you to see it while I was laying down, but I needed that for that lazy Susan. And we're going to put this up here, put that down there, fasten this down, put this up here, and now we're going to take a little break, and you can see what we've got done. We're going to take a little break and clean up the mess I've made here so Miss Connie don't have to whip me. And then we're going to go from there. So this is Papa Jack saying thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to be back in just a few minutes. We'll have this part 2.